Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Gemini. Let's see what's coming in for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know? All right, I see a King of Cups. Someone is emotionally available. Yeah, some of you may not be so interested in this person though. Yeah, waiting patiently here. Often someone who starts to lose interest. Something may not be paying off here. Yeah, we have a person waiting, thinking of expanding the horizons, maybe looking elsewhere. So you've been patiently waiting for this King of Cups. Somebody often losing interest. See, that's what I feel. It's about looking elsewhere. Yeah, it's about seeing the bigger picture, someone getting themselves out there. But it has to do with this person. I do feel they're interested. And it is about emotional fulfillment. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have a person here who's single. Yeah, it's all about waiting for the one. Some of you may be thinking expanding your horizons, looking elsewhere, because you're starting to see the bigger picture. I mean, it could be just where you're losing interest, but is this person interested? Because it has to do with a single person. Yeah. It has to do with a person putting in effort. Working. Someone perfecting their craft. Yeah, a bit of a perfectionist here, but it's about building. Some of you are waiting for someone to put in some effort, and I feel like you're starting to lose interest. Yeah, because I do look at the energy. See, this is an energy of maybe, exploring other options, because it is waiting for someone to ask you out. So why is this person sitting there? I mean, it could be while you're waiting for someone else and you've lost interest. This person could be coming in. So let's have a look at this King of Cups. Yeah, King of Cups. Yes, they're single. This person's single. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, look at duplicate cards. Ooh, boy, when those energies come out. Oh, see, it's a person seeing the bigger picture. See, it's someone being patient, getting ready to put themselves out there because they're waiting. So while you're waiting for someone else, I feel this person's coming in. But I do think you're waiting for this person to put in effort. See, something romantic. Yeah, so we got two single people here. Let's have a look at the Three of Wands. Yeah, it has to do with love. It has to do with choices. So some of you may have a choice here. You may not be aware of it, but like I say, there's choices. It has to do with love. Someone who's looking for love while you're waiting, you see. Yeah. This is someone definitely single. And I do feel that bigger picture. See, getting out there. Two people filling each other's cup, giving each other what they want. So I feel like you've waited for someone. Now you're losing interest, and now you have a choice. Yeah, let's have a look at the Ten of Cups. Yeah, it's all about someone following through, making a commitment. See, it's about growth. You have to build that foundation. They have to put in effort. See, putting in effort, taking someone out on a date. Some of you have been waiting for someone to do this. Yeah. See, it's all about building the foundation. It's about commitment. Yeah, there's definitely spark and a desire. There's an attraction. But it's about waiting for the one. It's like, which is the one? Because it's almost like, it's all about seeing the bigger picture. Happy home, happy life, having your needs met. Someone who fills your cup. And I just did a reading a while ago on this. See, it's what somebody wants, what they desire. Yeah, it's all about someone putting in effort. There's definitely an attraction. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's about long-term stability, partnership. It's an energy of safety, security, and long-term stability. It's all about being a partner, putting in effort. It takes two people to build. Yeah, but it's like you're waiting for someone here. And maybe the ship has sailed. You've lost interest. Now you have another person. Let's have a look at that Ace of Pentacles again. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. See, someone being patient. This is someone who wants a partner. But it's also an energy of a person, too, who often doesn't know what's going on around them. And it could be this person, too, looking if you want to date or court, if you're just looking for company or companionship. See two people, single people. Some of you are just kind of, I mean, I do see possibility of friends first, but you're about to receive this. If you are the feminine, if you are the masculine, it's an energy of definitely someone who's single and the two of you coming together, making a connection. But it's about love. It has to do with the physical. If someone's just looking for that physical, dating, courting, yeah, maybe friends with benefits kind of energy. Because it's about manifesting what you desire. Even though there's an attraction, I feel it has to do with someone making a commitment. See, there's no commitment yet. So some of you have been waiting for someone who's a partner who will commit to long term. Because it's about feeling safe, especially if it's someone who's only focused on the physical. I definitely feel there's an attraction here. So someone who's physically attractive, they take care of themselves. Let's have a look at this Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, the King and Queen of Cups. So this is about connecting on an emotional level. See, it's about two people filling each other's cup, filling each other's needs. We have two single people, but is this somebody who just wants to stay single? Are they focused on the physical, not the emotional? Because it's about two people who are there for each other through thick and thin. They support each other. They build each other up. So some of you have been waiting for that one. This is often someone who focuses on work, their home, their business, their finances until the right person comes in. So the question is this the one? Because it's about having the cup filled, but it has to do with someone who makes a commitment. Because this is a person who wants to feel safe. This person is stable. They are single. There's an energy of independence, but it's two people who have that energy. But I feel the big thing is this person just want friends with benefits? Are they focused on the physical more than the emotional? So it's all about the one. Tell me about the Lovers. Yeah, see, someone who doesn't fill your cup, getting your needs met. See, I feel like you're being cautious. You're being very careful what you wish for. And you're playing it safe. And this is often why someone who kind of acts like they're not that interested or maybe a little aloof. It's all what you're manifesting, what you're interested in. Some of you want a partner. I mean, maybe it is company, companionship, but it's about long-term stability. Tell me more about the King of Cups. See, this King of Cups, they want the Queen of Cups. They want someone emotionally available, someone to fill their cup. But I don't know if this person will give you what you want, if they'll fill your needs. Because this is often someone who's in single mode. Just dating, courting. Someone who's content the way things are. So if you have been dealing with someone where they're content the way things are and you're not getting your needs met, you're not fulfilled. See, it has to do with the physical attraction, the emotional attraction. That physical energy. And this is where I feel this is someone kind of looking at this. This is definitely someone who's independent. They're single. This is two people very much the same. But I feel what you're waiting for is someone who may never fill your cup. You may never get what you want. This is often a person who's content the way things are, friends with benefits. But it's about benefiting. What's the benefit is what I feel. The Queen of Pentacles looks at all the details, but it has to do with making a commitment. This person's coming in. Yeah, so you can see it's what two people are looking for. Some of you have walked away from a situation here. Or it's a person walking away. Because it has to do with someone who wants to get their needs met. And it is about the physical. Someone here may not give you what you need. If you are, all about balance with the Queen of Pentacles, but it's about long-term stability, partnership, two people who build, they work together. They build. And it's about someone putting in effort, being romantic. So some of you never got what you wanted from someone. They never filled your needs. So some of you have walked away. But and it could be this person who's done it too. But the interesting is what you're looking for. See, something wasn't very emotionally fulfilling. I feel the Queen of Pentacles energy is just showing. And it could be this person too. Like somebody who's maybe more focused on work. See, it's company, companionship. Somebody may be just looking for a companion, or they may be thinking that you're looking for friends with benefit, but someone's walking away, but it's where they're going. Yeah, so someone who didn't get what they wanted, so they walked away. It has to do with a commitment. It's someone who wants a commitment, a person who didn't want to commit. And it's someone who keeps filling someone's cup, giving them what they need, making them happy, but never getting what they want. Let's have a look at the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so this is a person who, someone here is a little bit fickle too, because it's mixed messages and mixed signals, hot and cold kind of, almost energy. Like it's a person who rushes in and changes their mind. So I do feel it's energy of choosing the battles. Someone keeps filling someone's cup, making them happy, showing them that they're interested. Now we have someone losing interest because they're not getting their cup filled, their needs met. And it does have to do with a commitment. But again, I see that energy of mixed messages, mixed signals. And it could be coming from the Queen of Pentacles because it has to do with the physical attraction. But it has to do with that. One of these people, one of them will not fill your needs. And it could be masculine or feminine, but it's what someone's searching for. See, losing interest because someone won't commit, or they're not sharing feelings, emotions, where this other person will. It's like you both want the same thing. You're looking for the same thing. Yeah, you got a person here, like I say, it's a person who often changes their mind, someone who doesn't follow through, so it doesn't feel safe. Because when the Queen of Pentacles comes out, it's about feeling safe. So one of these people here, one of them I feel is they don't really know what they want. They're just playing the field, mixed messages, mixed signals. But you have a person coming in who's emotionally mature. They'll fill your cup. So this is a choice, I feel. Yeah. Yeah, see, when you start to feel confused, confusion, illusion, things that are unknown, this person could be keeping secrets. They could have other options. You don't know. It's confusing. So when it's confusing, it's time to walk away. But I feel like we got two people looking for the same thing. It's a partner filling each other's needs. Because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who tries to keep everything balanced. Someone who focuses too much on the physical, where the other person's focusing on the emotional. So it's trying to find that balance. But if you are feeling confused, or there's something unknown, or you feel someone's keeping secrets, this is about walking away. But it's about what you're looking for. You and another person are looking for the same thing. Yeah, see, comparing one to the other. But it's also an energy of comparing apples to oranges. But it's all about an inner struggle too here. Should I or shouldn't I? See, should I stay or should I go? Should I wait patiently to see if this person offers up the cup? Interesting energy, Gemini, because it is about love, filling each other's needs. But some of you haven't been getting what you want, or it's this person who doesn't get what they want. These are two people who are emotionally available, but they want that emotional connection. Where somebody here may be looking more at the physical. See, friends with benefits energy. Yeah. See, nothing compares to the one, right? This is someone waiting for the one. I do think a little inner struggle, a little bit of procrastination. Should I stay or should I just walk away? Should I take this opportunity or walk away? Yeah, I feel someone's struggling. Yeah, it's just feeling a little bit of sad, like there's no hope in making the right choice either way. Because someone's looking at the cups that were spilled. See, they never got what they wanted. Someone here never got what they wanted. It's the Queen of Pentacles energy. And it's likely yourself. If you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your chart, this is about seeing the bigger picture, emotional fulfillment. Two people who fill each other's cups. They give each other what they need. They get something they want, you get something you want. See, it's a partnership, but it's about two people who are there for each other through thick and thin. They're supportive. Because I feel like some of you have dealt with people who never really are there for you. So he's feeling sad, but one minute someone's feeling like, should I walk away? Feeling sad, like there's no hope. The next minute feeling like there's hope. So it's an inner struggle. Should I stay or should I go? Should I just patiently wait for this opportunity? Yeah, someone's feeling a little stress and anxiety. See, it's an energy of having regret, you know. Maybe some kind of unfounded fear. It has to do with other situations more than likely. Yeah. Some of you may have chose to walk away, or it's somebody who walked away from you because you didn't fill their needs, but they weren't filling your needs. See, it's often a person who's content the way things are. And they're kind of keeping their arms crossed. They never really give you what you want. They got what they want. Could be someone here who has regrets too. I wouldn't be surprised. But often it's stress, anxiety, and unfounded fear. It's about making the right choice. Somebody here doesn't want to make the wrong decision and regret it. And it could be someone who's done this, where they've walked away. Doesn't have to be the feminine either. But let's have a look at the Five of Cups. See, it's opportunity. Someone exploring other options, expanding their horizons, keeping their options open. So there's a sense of mixed messages and signals here. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to communication, coming January, I believe 13th, there's the wolf moon. Now, it is going to have to do with clarity, feelings, emotions, and communication. Because this is a person choosing their battles, thinking things through. See, it's about going on a date. Some of you have another opportunity here. There's options, opportunity. It's someone who knows a good thing when they see it. But, so I wonder if it's the Queen of Pentacles who regrets walking away. Could be the other person. But like I say, mixed messages and signals, hot and cold, you know. Yeah, like I say, it's a person who comes in, it's about putting in effort, going on a date. Someone regrets not putting in more effort. So it could be the feminine who walked away because they didn't put in effort. So you filled their cup, gave them what they wanted, but you never got what you wanted. So let's have a look at the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, someone reflecting on how a situation's played out. They're looking at all this energy, how everything has played out. Someone, Queen of Pentacles is when someone gets into that energy. When they get into that energy, they often look before they leap. But it's someone reflecting on how a situation played out, what happened and why. Often the Queen of Pentacles projects an energy of company, companionship, friends. And this person may have walked away and regretted it because they never really filled your cup. See, it's someone who doesn't give the other person what they want till they get something they want too. So, like I say, a lot of unfounded fear, though, because it's someone reflecting on how a situation played out. It's probably, it could even be a past connection. But this is all about seeing opportunity, someone who knows a good thing when they see it. But it's someone here seeking other opportunities. Yeah, ready to go down another path. Yeah, it's an energy of a person. Oh my goodness, yeah. Doing the same thing over and over again. Someone who takes a risk, takes a leap of faith, and they keep doing the same thing. But it's a person who feels trapped. Trapped in their head, their thoughts. It's about breaking free from the things that are holding you back. So it could be someone who you feel is holding you back. But it's two people thinking of each other here. There's no doubt about it. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Yeah, see, it's about harmony and balance, being fair. Somebody maybe wasn't fair. See, not being fair, or they didn't come in right and put in effort, or they wanted the other person. See, it's often the overindulging king. Now, you can look at the King of Cups positive every time if you want, but this person is... It's about indulge me, fill my cup, fill my needs, give me what I want, and they never give you what they want. And I'm going to tell you, it is a person where I feel the feminine has decided to walk away Or maybe they did because they felt they couldn't fill your needs. I don't know. It has to do with the wand. Someone too much focused on the physical, not focusing on the emotional part. But it's someone who got their needs met and they didn't give the other person what they wanted. So now this is someone keeping their options open, seeking other options. See, it's a person who wasn't fair. It's the overindulging king. Could be someone who drinks a lot. They overindulge. But it's indulge me, fill my cup. See, they're like this. Keeping it all to themselves. And now we have the King of Wands. See, this has to do with someone who generally knows what they want and they go for it. It has to do with the person who's about to take a leap of faith. It could be this person reflecting on a past relationship where somebody walked away because they didn't fill their needs or give them the attention they needed. And it could be this person looking at this, see, regret, stress, anxiety, often based on unfounded fear, but I definitely feel this is about options and opportunity. See, they're looking at how it played out. They got their needs met. This is someone who's nurturing, caring, but it's someone who just wants to be single. That's what I feel. Yeah. So someone who I feel now knows the other person's still single. So there's definitely a lot of regret here. Because this is now someone open to other options, opportunity, expanding the horizons. But this is a person who knows what they want to, like I say, putting in more effort, building. Somebody who likes to achieve their goals, like they're very focused, very ambitious. But it's a person who now knows what they want. And if you are the feminine and you have a choice, watch for that overindulging king, where you fill their needs and then they never give you what you want. But this is somebody here taking control. Yeah, this is someone who can handle whatever comes their way. They don't have any baggage. The sun is shining, but it's about pulling their weight. Someone who's there for someone and they can be reliable. See, it's about being reliable, being there for someone when they need them. This is somebody who likely in a relationship, because it looks like they're reflecting on the past, starts out as a lovely connection, but they're not giving the other person what they needed. They were focusing on the physical. Sometimes people look at the physical as love, but it's not the same for the other person. So this is about someone who wasn't there for someone when they needed them. But this is a person who can handle whatever comes their way. So I do feel releasing baggage. It's about taking responsibility. This person feels to blame. They're blaming themselves for not filling the other person's needs. Now, I don't know if they work a lot. They're focused on work. They're ambitious. They have goals. But it has to do with harmony and being fair. And it could be someone who just, like I say, connected to somebody. And it could be themselves not getting emotionally fulfilled. But I see an overindulging king. Indulge me, fill my cup. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. But in the end, they never, if it is friends with benefits, it's someone who never really got what they wanted. Because the Queen of, the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of a person who's very grounded, very gracious, often very generous. Someone who tries to keep everything very balanced. And somebody who's being patient, waiting for someone to fill their cup. But it's whether or not they should take this opportunity. See, this has to do with coming in right. Someone didn't put their best foot forward. They didn't give the other person what they need. In fact, they maybe didn't even commit. Yeah. It all has to do with committing, building the foundation. See, nothing can grow. Nothing grows when there's no commitment or foundation. Yeah, look at that. See the cycle ending. Now this is someone seeing things from a whole different light. I think this is someone who blames themselves. They don't blame the other person. I think this person feels responsible. They're judging themselves quite harshly, but I feel they weren't fair. This person wasn't fair to you. They weren't reliable. They weren't there when you needed them. You may have had a lot on your plate too. I mean, this is someone who often does too. They have a lot on their plate, but they got strong shoulders. They can handle it, right? Yeah, but I do think it's someone blaming themselves. They weren't being fair. But it's about opportunity. Now we have someone walking away, seeking other opportunity. And someone coming in. Tell me more about the King of Wands. Yeah, someone between two worlds, crossroads. So someone here was kind of between two worlds here too. So, but it's about taking things to the next level, being responsible, showing someone they can be reliable, that they pull their weight. But it's really about someone who I feel wasn't there for someone when they needed them. They didn't put in the effort. They were focused on work. And yeah, I do think this is someone who had a lot on their plate. They had a lot going on, maybe stress, anxiety, but it's something that didn't go anywhere. See, it doesn't go to the next level. So what's happened is nobody really got what they wanted. I think this person blames themselves. They're judging themselves very harshly. Yeah. So someone about to make a life path decision. It's all about harmony. They want harmony. Someone's letting go of baggage too, maybe making peace with their past, because I kind of feel like this is someone looking at another connection. See, they're reflecting on what happened. And it could be why the feminine may have decided to walk away and seek other options because of it. So they blame themselves, but it is an energy of coming in, putting their best foot forward. There's someone making peace with their past, but it's about harmony and being fair. Yeah, so someone who's taken time to heal. See, time out, someone who's pinned down by their thoughts. It's a healing energy, time out. And it could be, like I say, two people could be coming back together here, but it's an energy of someone who was pinned down by their thoughts, or they just didn't want to be pinned down. I don't really feel that for the most part. It's more of what they were thinking. Because it's almost like they're beating themselves up about this. Like, what was I thinking? Yeah. This person's now an emperor. They've taken time out. So this is someone who had a lot on their plate. They may have had a lot of debt. But this is clearing all this out. So this is opportunity. Yeah. The emperor. Whatever it is that happened, they're reflecting on it, leaving it behind. They're releasing it. It's baggage. They've taken a time out. They were definitely pinned down by their thoughts, but it's about pinning someone down and making a commitment. But it's what this person was thinking. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I see temperance. Somebody, it's a person, it has to do with someone being very patient, so it connects to the Queen of Pentacles. See, it's an energy of someone taking a step back now, seeing things completely different. See, something felt a little off. Like this person wasn't right. But it's also the Queen of Cups feeling something's a little off. It's not fair. It doesn't seem right. Because it's someone getting what they want and they're not giving the other person what they need. So this is somebody here who's mastering all the energies of the Emperor. There's been time out, someone who's been thinking, they're healing, they're releasing, they're letting go of baggage or getting out of their head. Someone's letting go of all their other options too, if they have other options. But to me, it's just somebody like, what was I thinking? I feel this person is kind of like beating themselves up over it, self-flagellation. They blame themselves, they don't blame the other person. They take responsibility. But it's somebody who wasn't there for someone when they needed them. And they did have a lot on their plate. And I do think this is someone who was in a connection with someone who kind of didn't pull their weight. But yet, see, it goes both ways. But they blame themselves. They're not blaming the other person. Yeah, so you can see there was an energy of lack and negativity, thinking negative, what they were thinking. Yeah. It's in a lack of money. Somebody here focused on their money. Someone may have had a lot of debt. So whoever it is rushed in and backed out, changed their mind. But now that everything, there's things have calmed down, and this person's reached Emperor status, they have regret. Yeah, this is someone who wasn't, like I say, they made some bad choices here, I feel, but they blamed themselves. This lack negative thinking, like what was I thinking? Yeah, see, it wasn't fair, but it's also about not making a commitment. See, this is somebody who, it could have been a person who wasn't faithful or loyal in the past, and if it was the feminine who stepped out in the relationship because the other person wasn't giving them attention, see, it's about taking blame. Maybe at first this person was blaming the other person, but now they blame themselves. It's about being loyal, faithful, being on the same page. This is someone quite structured, strict, a lot of self-discipline. But I do see the energy of schedules, routines. See, they're now seeing things from a whole different light. So this is somebody here who's reflecting on this. And I do feel, Gemini, this person's thinking about you. See, there's that Taurus energy too. See, this is, I feel too, this is the feminine here in the energy of seeing things again from a different light. It's about two people. And I do feel it's like blaming each other. But I got to tell you, this person is blaming themselves. They're taking full responsibility, because it's something that didn't go to the next level. But the interesting thing is like two people have gone their separate ways. So someone letting go of this baggage. I do see healing, learning a lot of lessons, but it's about learning about someone too, faith and loyalty. So it could be some of you may have dealt with somebody who wasn't faithful or loyal, but I feel like it's more like harmony, being fair, and making a commitment. So someone regrets they should have committed. See, they had a lack of confidence in themselves, and maybe they weren't faithful in a past relationship. I don't know. Or somebody else wasn't. And they're putting all the blame on the other person. But like I say, they now blame themselves why it didn't go to the next level. But it's two people who went their separate ways. So someone taming that beast within themselves, learning those lessons. It's about kindness, compassion, forgiveness. Someone lacked confidence. And it could be because they had a relationship where there was two people who weren't faithful, but it starts off beautiful, but something felt a little off. See, these are two people who feel like you're each other's type, everything is lovely, and then all of a sudden something is off. Yeah. But there's the energy of opportunity. See, someone with multiple opportunities, things speeding up. It's a person who often has a lot going on. They're overwhelmed. They're under a lot of stress and anxiety. I do think this is somebody who wants a partner, because I do see the other person needing a lot of attention. See, they didn't give them the attention they needed. They weren't there when they needed them. It's like they put all the responsibility on the other person. So it goes both ways. Pretty interesting what this person's thinking about. And it's good because they've healed. They've released all this. They've cleared their head. They've taken time out. A much needed rest. See, a person has a lot on their plate, overwhelmed with responsibility. But it's an energy of someone making a move, gaining momentum here. Yeah. Person felt pressured. I don't know what was going on, but like I say, it's nobody in the end, no one got what they wanted. And I do see this person waiting. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I walk away? They're losing interest. And they could have been in that energy as well. But now it's about slowing down, taming the beast, slow down. It's time for someone to slow down. It could have to do with work. They got too much going on. It's time to slow down and look at the situation. See, this person's now assessing this. See, it's all about making peace with the past, clearing everything out, looking to see if the coast is clear. And it could be someone who just had a lot of debt to pay, bills to pay, a lot on their plate. But like I say, there's been a timeout, and this person's assessing the situation. And I do see a lot to do with their finances. So it's about taking things to the next level, making a commitment. See, one of these people's dragging their feet. And I do feel this is also the Queen of Pentacles, someone who wants to take it slow, but they want some kind of commitment. So what's happening is there's a whole new cycle. Someone's feeling lucky, feeling fortunate, windfall of abundance. So there's a lot of abundance. Yeah, look at that. See, there's some kind of good news. There's this person's going to seize the day and take the opportunity. But I feel, and I do see some of you, the feminine has other options now. Getting out, socializing, see opportunity. Someone seizing the day, taking this opportunity. This person's going to have to take the lead. Like, they know what they want. They know what they need to do. They have strong shoulders. They can generally handle anything that comes their way, but they need to put in effort. Yeah. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands. Yeah. See, it's two people being reliable, being there for each other when they need each other. And that's why this person never got what they wanted. I wouldn't be surprised at somebody who closed off emotionally. They weren't getting their emotions filled because the other person's focused on the physical. See, they're getting their cup filled. And now the other person they've walked away. But it's what two people are seeking. See, two people seeking the same thing. You fill each other's cups, you fill each other's needs, you give each other what you want. And I do see a feminine friends first. So this person needs to slow down because it has to do with being sincere. And I do see friends first. Somebody who just wants to be friends first until they feel safe, till they see the other person's reliable. And it probably is the feminine too, a big part, looking back at the way things played out in the past. Interesting energy. So like I say, there's an opportunity here for two people to come together, but it's about two people showing each other they're reliable, that they're there for each other when they need them. See, it's an energy of lack. Somebody who's not there for someone. See the lack, and that's what it was. It's offering a helping hand. Somebody here maybe even asked somebody for help, and they didn't help them. They didn't offer them the helping hand in the past. And it could be just past relationships. So, but it's food for thought. But this is good news. People getting together. Someone seizing the day and taking this opportunity. It has to do with making a commitment. Two people are going to have a conversation. It's face-to-face, one-on-one, and two people coming together. But this is the person making a life path choice here. It's about knowing what they want, and it's about past situations where they never got what they wanted. Why? So now this person knows. Yeah, you can see, trusting their intuition. They already know the answers they're seeking. They know. It's like they have to kind of play it out in their head. And because they're reflecting on all this. But now it's about taking a risk and taking a leap of faith. Showing somebody who they are. Nine of Cups. Somebody who's not showing their true self. This is someone who needs to show somebody who they are. And I do feel trusting their inner knowing. They already know the answers they're seeking. Soulmate connection. Yeah, they're going to have to be friends first and basically put in some effort and show the other person they can be counted on. So interesting. Take care. Give this a little chance to play out, because this is one of these readings where there's a lot of reflection on past situations. But it's about whether two people are each other's type. And it's about two people filling each other's needs. The feminine here, the Queen of Cups, is someone who often bends over backwards to please somebody, and they fill their cup and give them what they want to make them happy because they want them to be happy, but they've never got what they wanted. But this person's also reflecting on the same thing, why they didn't get what they wanted, the physical, because they weren't there when the other person needed them. They didn't make them feel safe. They weren't reliable. They may even ghosted the person, but this is often someone who doesn't offer a helping hand to somebody when they want it. They just weren't there. And it could have to do with finances, money. Were they working? So there's, like I say, it's like a little of this and a little of that, but this is someone who needs to execute their plan. They need to lay the foundation and make a commitment. And I do see good news and someone taking an opportunity that's presented, but it's about sincerity. And some of you do. I do feel like you're going to move on from someone and lose interest because they're dragging their feet. They're moving too slow. Where this is a person who moves quickly. They're more spontaneous. But it's still friends first. Company, companionship, what somebody wants. Take care. Bye for now.